Hi and welcome to the Bristol Music Show.
In fact, the last episode of our first series.
So make sure you don't go anywhere. We've got loads to come.
Audiophiles meet American artist Ezra Furman to talk about everything from videos and lyrics to his recent album Perpetual Motion People.
Our music video of the week is the new release from pop-punk band Highlives.
An independent venue week kicks off on Monday, so we'll be finding out what's happening here in Bristol at the Exchange in Louisiana.
Plus, we're asking if you were putting on a gig, which Bristol acts would be on the lineup.
First though, R&B singer George Ed recently moved from London to Bristol. So here he is at the Golden Lion performing the first of 2 stripped-back session tracks from his upcoming EP.
Hey, 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 I wanna bring you flowers, like in my roller coaster. I know I'm not supposed to, but you're perfect. Here's an orange rose size, your keys time makes it worth it. Baby, I'm not perfect, no, not perfect, but you sure damn worth it. But you so damn beautiful, yeah, beautiful. But you so damn gorgeous. But you so damn beautiful, yeah, beautiful. It's like, what, the time I smile, I can grin for you forever. Put a pool in front of me, I swim in it forever. As long as we're holding hands, then we'll always be together. Just give me time to smile. I wanna dance around my PJs on the weekends while we play strip poker. To the weekdays where we stay so engaged with Street Care de Levine. I wanna dance around my PJs on the weekends while we play strip poker. To the weekdays where we stay so engaged with Street Care de Levine. Hey, hey. I see you fashion forward, bringing that Mary Poppins. I know you don't land it often, but it's perfect. It's our love collage, your cute times makes us worth it. Baby, I'm not perfect, no, not perfect, but you sure I'm worth it. But you so damn beautiful, yeah, beautiful. But you so damn gorgeous. But you so damn beautiful, yeah, beautiful. We lay on the floor, grass greener than before. I love what we stand for, hey, hey. We lay on the floor, grass greener than before. I love what we stand for, but you so damn perfect. But you so damn beautiful, yeah, beautiful. But you so damn gorgeous. But you so damn beautiful, yeah, beautiful to me. Thank you.
Thanks to George Ed for performing live for us at the Golden Lion. And really great as well to see someone that's literally just moved to Bristol as well performing for us. And you might recognise his face because he was also singing at the Harbour Festival when we were hosting the main stage during the summer.
More from George Ed later in the show, but first, it's Independent Venue Week and it starts on Monday.
This is the 3rd year for the festival that aims to celebrate small and independent music venues across the UK. So Matt and Ash went to go down and find out which Bristol venues are being celebrated in 2016.
We ran our first celebration in 2014. It's a week-long series of gigs across the whole of the country to celebrate the work that the people that own and run small live music venues do year in, year out, to bring great, new and more established live music to local communities.
We got gigs going on all week, Monday to Saturday. We got international and national and local bands playing. On the Saturday afternoon, we've got a workshop that's been hosted by Independent Venue Week, which which is for 14 to 24-year-olds to come along and get an idea of how a venue like this works, or how venue, just music industry works at this level. So there'll be talks from myself and Paul, who I run the venue with, the sound engineer will be talking, we've got a local promoter in talking, so they just get an idea of how a venue like this functions and everything that goes into it.
So I run a collective based in Bristol called Chiverin, and alongside Independent Venue Week, we're putting on this show on the 30th of January with a number of our favourite artists in Bristol, including a couple that are in our collective. We've got Bad Sounds, Stevie Parker, Terry Massif and New Fast Talkies, who are part of Chiverin, and also This Is DA, LTO, Cousin Cooler, Crisis Project, loads of really amazing Bristol artists.
It's going to be a busy night down in Louisiana, it should be.
Why is Independent Venue Week so important to places like the Fleece, the Exchange?
I think overall it's just highlighting the importance of independent venues. And there's nothing, all of those events other than the workshop would have happened that week regardless, but it's just bringing extra attention to the fact that there are small venues still operating. You don't have to go and see all of your music in a venue that's 1,500 capacity, where it could be a little bit watered down sometimes. Like, you can come and just get involved, see the bands up close.
I don't want to paint venues as struggling, because actually in many ways they're flourishing, but in London we're seeing it a lot. Hundreds of venues getting closed down because the centre of towns are changing, and they're not always, and venues aren't necessarily getting the support that they need. And Venue Week, in the same way as Record Store Day, is about recognising the venues that support grassroots music and music that's gone on to be huge.
Live music venues have been closing for a number of different reasons, and probably the most significant one is that city centre living has become more popular in the last decade or so, and people seem excited to move into a city centre where life is much more vibrant, there's a lot more going on, there's a lot more on your doorstep, and then they find very often they'd like to have the vibrancy cut off at a time that suits them, which is not at a time that it's ever been cut off. So to move into an area and then want change is the wrong way round. If you're moving into an area, be aware of what you're moving into and celebrate it and be part of it.
I think the thing with independent venues is that people don't really get into running them because it's just a cash cow, because it just isn't. People get into running them because they're music fans, and I think that's just true across the board with independent venues. To be honest, if there's nothing that tickles your fancy, just come to a gig the week after that, or just make that effort on that night where it's a little bit rainy outside and you think, I'm not sure if I want to go out. Just force your way through that and get down and check out the bands and have a good night.
And if you want to find out more about Independent Venue Week, just follow the link on the screen now.
But now, taking you into the break, here's the music video of the week.
Highlives released their Misguided Youth EP near the end of 2015. Here's the newest single from that release, Wake Me Up.
Welcome back to the Bristol Music Show. So we've got loads to bring you.
Yep, we're asking you, if you were to put on a gig, which Bristol acts would be on the lineup. And George Ed is back with another live session track.
But first, though, Audiophiles caught up with American artist Ezra Furman to talk music, videos, and song lyrics.
Okay, it's Saturday night and we are in the Hatchet, and I'm delighted to have Ezra Furman. Now, you're about to play the O2 tonight. Now, you've been to Bristol once before for Dr. Dot Festival 2014, so welcome back.
Yeah, nice to be back.
Now, you're here to promote this album here, Perpetual Motion People, which we absolutely love. And one of the things I really like about it is there's things you're talking about finding great phrases to actually use as a sort of an idea for making songs. Can you talk a little about that process, about how you find phrases and make songs out of that?
Yeah, you gotta find the right phrase. A good phrase might, if you find the right phrase, you could almost write a song. The song writes itself. Good title, Walk on the Wild Side. You've got something already if you realize that's the title of your song.
And I mean, one of the songs that we're actually showing rest this year, that's got one of my favourite phrases in it. I mean, death is my former employer, death is my own Tom Sawyer. I mean, what do those phrases mean, and what is that song about?
That song's sort of like a summary, opening salvo, a summary statement of my whole worldview, and the way I move through the world, you know? Because I live in the city, and I go from city to city, and I kind of move through it like I'm not part of this. I'm sort of slipping between the cracks. That's how I've always felt in regular society. Like, I'm not part of this. I'm slipping through the cracks. Or like maybe I'm a mosquito sucking the blood of a big diseased animal. That's how I feel living in the world. And that's a good phrase, though. I should remember that mosquito phrase. Restless here is like that quality of being restless and not, in but not a part of the weird, alienating society around you.
And the video is amazing for it as well. Can you tell us a little about that? I mean, how did that come about, and how was that made?
Well, you take a photograph, you take a step, take half a step, take another photograph, and pretty soon it looks like motion. I just knew a guy who got an idea, a filmmaker, Joe Brett, the great Joe Brett, decided the perfect, form of image for that song would be a jerky, stop motion, ultra fast, moving through the city kind of thing. So came to San Francisco. We did it all over San Francisco and Oakland and Berkeley, where I live. Went to all the cool looking places, wore whatever cool clothes I could find. I don't know, I felt really confident. I feel really confident about the whole record. I think the band's really good, that song's really good. And I was like, I'm just going to look good, look how I want to look, change outfits a bunch of times, choreograph a dance on the fly, which, we did ourselves. Yeah. It's totally amateur done.
We love your music, and we're totally looking forward to seeing you play tonight, and we're going to say thank you so much for coming down and having a chat with us.
Hey, my pleasure. It's a nice place you got here.
I would put on the Inexplicables, Mama Jerk and the Ladyfingers, and the Crinkle Cuts. I think they'd go well together as a mix. Mama Jerk and the Ladyfingers are zany, Crinkle Cuts are raunchy, and the Inexplicables are fresh, which is a bit like a good breakfast.
If I was putting on a gig, I reckon I would book Pete Joseph, because he's awesome, and James Payton. He's pretty good, I reckon. I think Pete Joseph and both James Payton have got amazing voices, amazing tone, and they've got some really exciting stuff going on at the moment as well, so they're definitely ones to watch.
I would say two, actually. I would say Suzi Conrad, because she's the UK boss Loop Station. She's like a genius with Loop Station, and Suzi is like just brilliant. The second one is Simon Panrucker, because the man's like a crazy electro wizard. He's just like a unicorn, and watching him prance around the stage is kind of genuinely exciting.
I think I would choose all the acts that I'm in, and it would be me, Simon Panrucker. Check out my YouTube, Simon Panrucker.
I reckon Laid Black, Dr. Mika, Bugsy, and Fresh Blood, because we've got a new album out. You need to buy it now. I'm a black music, dance music fan, and and I think they kind of encompass a lot of what Bristol's about.
So let us know which acts would fill your venue. Get in touch with us online. Don't forget, you can catch us every single Monday night, 8 p.m. on BCFM Radio, followed by the Audiophiles. It is a fantastic night of radio, I assure you that.
You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to get exclusive live sessions and interviews too, so go and do that.
And we're about done for the first series now. We just wanted to say thank you to everybody that's been involved, all of the bands, artists, musicians, everybody that's got behind us, the guys behind the scenes, Made TV, and all the guys that supported us on our crowdfunding campaign. But for now, we'll be back shortly with a second series, but here is Georges to say goodbye.
Bye!
Now, Gabriella, are you jealous? Hey, why the dumbfound expression? I couldn't care less, I'm asking you why. I'm curious, your perception. Now, Isabella, I saw your new fella. Hey, why the slit throat stare? I couldn't care less, I'm asking you why. I'm curious, your perception. I'm so hungry for some answers. Memory last got me confused. Are you looking for redemption? Are you craving my attention? Oh, wait. I'm a man in need of answers. Standing here got me bemused. See, I want you to forget about me. I see you dancing, you were dancing in the rain with a boombox, got flowers on replay. I wonder why. Now you got my attention. Isabella, I hear you were hospitalized with chronic heart depression. I wonder why. Now you got my concern. I'm so hungry for some answers. Memory loss got me confused. Are you looking for redemption? Are you craving my attention? I'm a man in need of answers. Standing here got me bemused. See, I want you to forget about me. Forget about me, forget about me.